Here we have a 2006 Mitsubishi Endeavor. And we're changing the thermostat. It's located right under, like, throttle body area. Just gotta remove this CPU out the way, and air cleaner. Thermostat has 3 screws. Sits under this wiring harness. This wiring harness, 10 millimeters right there, 10 millimeters everywhere. I disconnected this wire over here. That's just to be able to move it sideways a little bit. You don't have to get it all out the way. Got the brand new thermostat ready to go. And we're also going to change that radiator on this. Ugly radiator. It's not too bad. Alright, I got all those 3 bolts out of there. 3 12 millimeter bolts. If you have a special tool, kind of like this, I'm gonna go sideways. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, thermostat's sitting down there. Can't really see it. See, it's pretty ugly looking. It's about time we change that thing. So I'm gonna get this little sideways pliers right here. You can buy these at Harbor Freight for like $3-4. And you grab it. Got a little ear that it has right there. Pull it out. Oh man, that's ugly. There ain't no cooling in there either. Shit. Look at this thing. Oh wow. A little smell test. Damn, that thing is ancient. Alright, in any car, whenever you're ready to put a thermostat on, see that little bubble right there? You see that little metal piece? See if I can touch it. This one right here. This little piece right here. Nobody really knows where it goes. A lot of people do, I don't know. But most of the guys at the parts place don't tell you about this. You have to put that piece facing towards the top. So it's gonna go like that. It's gotta be facing the upward side. See that? It's like the engine sits like that, facing the top. So we gotta make sure that at least this one up here is nice and snug. You want to put all the screws back on by hand. Put them on by hand first. It's kind of hard to see. Turn them as much as you can. At least as long as one of them is on there all the way down, then you can, as soon as you got them all on by hand, go ahead and grab your tool and you can hit it with this tool right here. Alright, we'll just grab a ratchet and we tighten the rest of them after all these are on. Even though the little machine does a good job on it, I still want to use a ratchet with a 12 millimeter to make sure they're on nice and tight. See, still got a little bit more. Get it on there nice and snug. Get this one down here. There we go. Thermostat is done. See that? Ready to go. Now you just got to put all this wiring harnesses back together. Now we can start doing the radiator. Okay, so now we're putting the wiring harnesses back together. I'm gonna connect this one right here. one. Let's see what else I disconnected. See this hose? Don't forget about this hose right here. This is important. It goes on the air cleaner box. Then we have these screws right here. You can tell where these screws go just by looking at those circles. So you see that? This one has a pretty big ear on it. So that one, the bigger ears are gonna go right there, because I could tell, you can see the big circles on there. See that? So I know this one's gonna go right here. This one here is very important. This is a ground that goes for the other stuff that goes in the engine here. If you forget to put this on, I don't think the car is gonna start. So we got that, and we got this one right here. Use my drill again. That's good enough. Good enough on that. Alright, that one you don't want to tighten it too much. That one we want to do by hand, because that one has to be all electrical parts. Even if you're gonna do an alternator, the part that connects to it has to be hand tightened, and you cannot tighten it too much, because then it'll get stripped. Like I'm talking about this one up here on the alternator. If you were to tighten this one too much, it'll break inside the alternator, and the alternator will be no good. Okay, here we go. Back to the assembly. So then we got one more up here. This one's gonna go right here. Okay. That's it. You gotta do too much, because they're all, those are for is just to hold the wiring together. And we got one. Okay, this is the long one. This one's gonna go like on the air cleaner box. This one down here. But see the air cleaner box, you can't pop it out because you got the CPU in the way. This little piece right here. So that's why I moved the CPU out the way. See that? 10 millimeter right here, and two 12 millimeters right there.